Good evening and welcome to an evening edition of Davis Sports Streaming. Tonight we have the Gales playing the AHU Knights Silver. This will be a rematch of Game 1. The Gales lost 3-0. Gales played Game 3 earlier today against the Junior Fresno Monsters, going away with a 3-0 win. The goals of the game, one was Shiberta, an assist from Colin Davis. Goal 2 by Evan Davis off the blue line. And goal 3, an empty net goal from Colin Davis. Goal 2, assisted by Shiberta. No, sorry, not Shiberta. Boucher. Looks like James Schmier will be in net this evening. As the boys get ready for a rematch. Gale's still down, total of 3 players. All right, so semifinal game between 4th seed, Bishop Gorman Gales, and 1st seed. The game running concurrently, this one, between the number 2 seed and number 3 seed. It's the Capital Thunder and the AHU Knights White. And based on the math, I believe that puts the Warriors and the Monsters in the consolation game played tomorrow morning. If the boys come away with a win this evening, they'll be playing in the championship game tomorrow, I believe around 1:30 over at City National Arena in Summerlin. All right. Let's wrap up their pregame warm-ups. All right. It's like a bit of a lineup change here. Johnson moving back up into offense, playing at right wing. Dunnigan, left wing. Britton, center. Martin and Miller in Martin Miller on defense. All right. Knights win the first face-off. Miller sends it across. Dunnigan's got a clean break. Tritton's got it. Shot wide of the net. AHU player goes down, and called the play dead. Player went down. Do a face-off in the Gales defensive zone. Tritton back at center. Gales win it. Dunnigan sends it back to the blue line. Shot loose in front of the net. Player trips up, trying to clear it. Miller able to regroup and grab that. Sends it back around to Martin. Martin chips it up to Dunnigan. Dunnigan trying to get it. Tritton couldn't get there. Johnson's in a foot race for it. Couldn't get a hold of it in time. Puck back in the neutral zone. Tritton in pursuit. Gilberta in, and that was very offsides. Puck's going to come back on the neutral zone for a face-off. Jennings, Gilberta, Davis, Evan Davis, and Posner in. Davis into the face-off. Gales win the face-off. Evan Davis sends it over to Posner. Posner chips it up to Gilberta. Gilberta couldn't quite get it around. Davis shoves them, battling along at the red line. Puck's coming back the other direction, and they send it deep. Davis is going to be the first one there. Davis flicks it around to Gilberta. Gilberta trying to get a check in, couldn't. Davis flicks it up to Gilberta again. Posner sends it up, trying to clear, and it gets back behind the Gales goal line. Evan Davis now chips it up to Jennings, just out of reach, still in play. Gilberta sends it across, picked up by a Knight player. Posner couldn't hold the blue line, and it's going to head back into the Gales' defensive zone. Evan Davis sends it across to Jennings. Jennings trying to chip it to Davis. Didn't bring it deep enough. Hard check by Posner. Puck loose at feet. Jennings couldn't clear it. Sends it up. Turned over. Davis gets a leg on it. Colin Davis trying to get there in time. Puck comes back up to Davis. Davis shovel passes across the rink. Swanson. Gales get a change in. James Schmier holds it back. And Jennings tries chipping it up, and it's to the neutral zone. Touche in pursuit. Swanson comes in. Touche picks it off, but still brought in. No offsides. Schmier deflects it, and then eventually gloves it. Touche in for the face-off. Knights win it. Shot off the face-off by the Knights. Hits a post and goes wide. Knights trying to set something up here. Gale's not putting enough pressure in. Zapancic. Martin working with Posner. Puck comes back across. Touche helps clear. Goes out to Swanson. Zapancic trying to get up. Pass picked off on the way out. Puck sent deep. Touche sends it wide and brings it up the other side. Swanson gets pushed as he has the puck. Chips it up and out. No ice. Zapancic's going in. He's going to get there first. Brings it across. Takes a hard hit. No penalty for equipment. Zapancic lost a stick, and the players are kicking it. Johnson tries feeding it up. It gets picked off. Evan Davis is going to walk it up. and sends it deep. It's on net. Goalie sends it wide. Dunnigan in. Puck goes back the other direction. Tritton comes in. Puck comes back towards Dunnigan. Miller holds it. Sends it up. Dunnigan's got it in front of the net. Puck up. Hits the glass. Loose. Puck's coming back the other direction through the neutral zone. Shot on net. Johnson picking up where he left off on defense. First one there. Loves it. Brings it in. Still holds on to it. Dunnigan sends it in. Picked off on its way out. Jennings takes the ice. It's going to be a very physical game. Picking up where they left off. The injury to one of the Gales players. Icing. Both offense and defense complete their change. Martin coming in. O'Hara coming in. Jennings, Gilberta, Colin Davis. Face off to the Gales defensive zone. Davis wants a face off, sends it back. Martin brings it around weak side. Sends it back across to O'Hara. O'Hara couldn't clear it. Davis picks it up. Couldn't get it off. Jennings shovels it up. Picked off in front of Davis. Shoveled up. Shot wide. Net is off the posts. Davis battling. Trying to bring it up. O'Hara getting cross-checked in the back. O'Hara sends it around. Trying to hit Gilberta. Puck back out of the blue line. Hits Davis. I think Davis has become the backup goalie with the body shots he's taken. Going to be some bruising after this weekend. Crochet, Zapancic, Swanson, and Evan Davis and Bosner. Gales win the faceoff, and defense sends it in. Crochet gets to work. Zapancic couldn't quite get there. Evan Davis holds it, sends it on net, but hits Crochet. Ends up coming back the other direction. Evan Davis chips it up in the air, bouncing puck, and it's a foot race. Swanson's going to get there first. Gets hit along the boards. Puck sent out. Closer sends it back in. Goalie deflects it wide. Crochet trying to get a shot off. It's loose in front in the paint. Couldn't land one. Puck comes back out. And that's on net. No icing. Closer's going to get there first. Sends it around to Evan Davis. Evan Davis up to Zapancic. Zapancic trying to get it over to Crochet. He does. Crochet brings it in through the legs, but picked off. Puck still in play, though. Crochet gets it. Sends it back to the blue line. And it was Martin had to make a quick adjustment as he couldn't get there in time. Shot. Hits the hand of Miller and goes wide. Puck to the legs. Tritton comes in. Chips it up to Zapancic. Zapancic trying to get around and couldn't. Miller sends it back to Zapancic. It's one-on-one. He can get a shot off. Shot. Stick was hit. He got a shot off and covered by the goalie. 7:38 remaining in the first. Score is 0-0. Shots on net tied at 2-2. Johnson, Tritton, and Dunnigan. Martin and Miller. Gales win the face-off. Might lose in the scrum. Try sending it back to the point, but there's no one there. Sends it to the other side. Martin, shot. Gets a shot off, but goalie able to swallow that one up. Sends it back to Miller. Miller with a shot. Hits the skate of Dunnigan and goes wide. Tritton comes in with a hard check along the boards. Comes back up to Dunnigan. He's going to bring it through. It's a 1-on-2. Tritton trying to catch up. Gets a shot. Goes wide. Gets hit along the boards. Tritton comes in trying to get it to Cash Johnson. Johnson, the stick lift. Puck come back the other direction. O'Hara and Evan Davison. And Davis shovels it out. Evan Davis takes a hit. Puck out the blue line. Comes across. Bouncing puck in front of the net. Dunnigan brings it through. While everybody else goes for a change, Davis comes in. Puck still in play, deflected and comes back to the goalie. Goalie leaves it behind. Jennings forces a pass. Puck comes out to James Schmier. James Schmier is going to cover. Some extracurricular activities. Gale's offensive zone. Knights win the faceoff, trying to bring it up to the blue line. Had a scramble. Puck's coming back the other direction. Zapancic almost had a breakaway. Posner tries stuffing it back up. Boucher sends it around. Miller flicks it out to Swanson. Couldn't get there in time. Back up to Miller. Miller's going to send it airborne. And it's a foot race. Zapancic's got it. If he can cut in through the crease. Posner able to hold it. Shot. Hits Crochet. Posner sends it back down behind the goal line. Loose in front. Crochet couldn't get a shot off. Swanson sends it back to a cycle. Chip it up. We got a 2-on-1 as the boys back check. Shot. Goal. Knights up 1-0. 5:31 remaining in the first period. Britton gets there first, sends it up. Puck comes back the other direction. Flick back into the neutral zone. Britton trying to get it up to Dunnigan. Knights try flicking it upwards. Couldn't. Britton runs the player into the boards. Martin couldn't get a hold of it. Short side. Shot. Schmier able to cover. Martin dangling around. Comes back to James. And James will cover. Shot loose in front. The change up in the forwards. Jennings, Davis, and Schberter coming in. O'Hara and Miller in defense. Knights win it. Miller brings it up. He's got the room. Sends it in. Lob puck. Could have gone in. Jennings pushed off the puck. Puck goes airborne. Schberter overshoots it. Brought back across. Jennings almost comes away with it. Puck picked back off. Picked up. Martin brings it in. Davis comes away with it. Tries sending it across. Goes to Miller. Miller couldn't get a shot off. Goes to Jennings. Jennings. Shot. Loose in front. Goalie able to cover. Fresh lines coming in. Zapancic. Swanson. Couchet. As well as Posner and Martin. Couchet in for the faceoff. Couchet wins it, sends it back to Martin. Martin gets a shot off, hits a Knight player. Posner is able to get there first. Shovels it up and over to Zapancic. Hits it with his legs, bouncing puck. Couchet sends it to Zapancic. He's got Swanson with him. Loses it in the scrum. Zapancic comes away with it, sends it across the short side. No one was there to land it. Picked off by Couchet, but ends up going to the neutral zone. Swanson chips it up to Couchet. Dangles across. Couchet gets pressed. And that's going to be interference on the Knights as the Gales will go on the first power play of the game. All right, starting up the power play, Tritton, Johnson, and Dunnigan with Martin and Miller. Puck comes back, hits Miller. Miller can't find it, sends it over to Martin. Martin lines up, shot, loose in front, covered and gloved by the goalie. Face off to the left of the goalie. Tritton in for the center. Sends it back. Johnson trying to get it over to the back there. Can't send it that way, though. Martin couldn't hold on to it. Sends it to Miller. Sends it to Tritton instead. Out to Johnson. Johnson's going to bring it in. Sends it back to Tritton. Tritton sends it back to Johnson. Dunnigan's going to get there first. Shovels it back to Miller. Miller sending it to Dunnigan. Sends it across our front. Johnson couldn't get a shot off. Puck ends up back behind the goal line. Dunnigan pressing, trying to work out the puck. 41 seconds remaining in the power play. Knights come away with it. Send it up, which should be an icing. I guess we're allowed to clear it now. Puck comes out. Davis couldn't get to it. It's going the other direction. Gilberto holds on to it. Davis couldn't grab it. Jennings comes in. 18 seconds remaining. Martin pressed. Going to bring it up. Martin with some space. Sends it back behind the goal line. 3 seconds remaining. Jennings trying to press it back with Martin. Martin sends it over to Jennings. Jennings trying to get it in front. Puck comes back out. Davis on defense. Knights come away with it. Back behind the goal line. Comes back the other direction. Jennings with the body. Martin sends it up in the air. Bouncing puck. Gilberto's got it. One-on-one. Couldn't get it across. Jennings, though. Shot. Yeah, and goalie able to swallow that one up. Yale's out shooting the opponent 7-4. Getting the shots, but not getting the look that they're needing. Trichet, Stepancic, Swanson, Evan Davis, and Posner back to the blue line. Trichet wins the faceoff back to Evan Davis. Evan Davis shot, tipped, and covered. Probably need the left winger there to immediately go screen if they win it. Knights come away with it. Try to send it across, couldn't. Still good. Swanson chips it up towards the goal and loose. Goalie couldn't cover. Stepancic couldn't land it. Knights clear the zone. Shot. Knights wide. Swanson trying to press it up. Swanson getting held. No call. Boucher blocks a pass to the center. Boucher sends it up around. Winger wasn't over on that side. Everybody's pinched over. Shot wide of the net. Stepancic trying to get there in time. Flicks back across to center off the face-off dot. Boys need to clear it here. Go buck behind the goal line. Stepancic can get there. Still in play. Boys just need to clear it at this point. And they're going to call it on icing. Tritton, Johnson, Dunnigan coming in with O'Hara and Miller. Face off in the Gales' defensive zone. Knights send it around. Miller gets there first. Hooks it up to Dunnigan. Dunnigan trying to clear it. Couldn't get it out. Tritton. James sends it wide. O'Hara push it up. Johnson trying to fish it around. Couldn't. Out to Dunnigan. And that is the end of the first period. Gales leading shots on net, 8-5. Goalie doing a good job on the other side, on both sides. Gales needing to find a different look as they're getting shots off. All right, getting ready to kick off the second period. So we're going to start out with Martin, Miller, Davis, Jennings, and Schberta. Knights win the faceoff. Davis in pursuit. Tries to pick it off. Jennings able to get a stick on there. Shoveled up through the neutral zone. Schberta has it. Dingles around. Trying to get there in time. Couldn't. Davis holds it in. Couldn't keep possession. Schberta presses. Puck's back up there. And boys tag up because we're playing high school rules tonight. Not earlier today, but tonight for sure. Puck is back across. Knights bringing his own shot. Hits the leg of Martin. Bounces out. Almost in off the glass. James with another save. Chip it around. Sent across. No one there. Martin has it. He can bring it back behind the goal. Sends it out to Miller. Miller chips it up to Davis. Couldn't get there in time. Martin now brings it around. Sends it over to Miller. Miller brings it through the zone himself and sends it into the Knights zone. Jennings working down low. Jennings ties him up. Still has the puck. Sorry, that was Swanson. Wrong number 4. Jay trying to send it back deep in the zone. It's picked off and it's come back the other direction. Jennings comes off. Sapancic in. Puck set behind the Gales' defensive goal line. O'Hara shovel passes it out through the zone. No ice. It's on net. Going to get covered. And we're going to have a face-off on the other side of the ice. Knights win the face-off. Bring it deep. O'Hara brings it back across. Schmear stops the shot. O'Hara working back behind the goal line. Shovels it around. Knights not able to get it back to the point. Sapancic working. Sapancic gets it cleared and into the bench of the Knights. Tritton, Johnson, and Dunnigan coming in, as well as Posner and Miller. 11:34 remaining in the second period. Gales down 1-0. Gales win the faceoff. Tritton sends it around the boards, trying to hit Dunnigan. Puck flipped up in the air. Tritton in a foot race is able to get there. Shot loose in front. Puck loose. Sorry, folks, I was in the way. A trusty camera woman pushed me out of the way as the scrum ensued just outside the crease. As they say, play to the whistle. Tritton still in on the face-off. Gales win it, send it back to the blue line. Shot. Swallowed up by the goalie. Again, need to get some traffic. Goalie's doing a good job of tracking the puck. Knights win that one. And looks like Tritton's going to head to the box. They're going to get him for either a check in the back or a roughing. And the Gales are going to go on the penalty kill. All right, looks like Davis, Zapancic, Posner, and Miller in 11-1 remaining. Knights win the face-off. And Davis sends it to Zapancic, who sends it deep. Puck comes back across. Knights bring it through the zone, send it across the other side on the blue line. Shot, loose in front. Try to clear. Puck comes back to the blue line. Shot, stopped. Davis sends it up in the air. Zapancic on the run. Knights lose it through the neutral zone. Bring it across the blue line. Picked off, though, and sent the other direction. Miller getting a stick in there. Couldn't send it off on the defensive regroup. Zapancic pressing. Seeing opportunity. Puck comes across. Send it back. Zapancic still battling back behind in their zone. Gales get a defensive change in. Martin now in. Pass into the corner. Goes wide. Send it out to the blue line. Miller gets a stick on it. Bounces off the netting. 1 second left. Davis sends it out. Goalie's going to field it. Lucent. Tritton was in the charge. And the Gales clear the first penalty kill. All right, they want to call it an icing instead of the goalie who covered it outside the net. Evan Davis with it, sends it around the boards. 9:20 remaining. Martin working down to the corner. Has the puck pinned. Tritton comes in for support, trying to shovel it out to the winger. Johnson's able to get a little on it, flicks it up and over, and we got a 2-on-1 with Dunnigan. Brings it across. Couldn't get a shot off. Tritton came in to get a shot, couldn't. Johnson tries to press, picked up by Martin. Martin dangles around. Martin shot, hits a player in the legs. Tritton dropped back to cover for Martin, and the Gales send it around the boards. Dunnigan's going to get there and try to send it back across. No one's there, though. Puck sent across the other side of the ice. Martin went in for a hit. Broken stick, drops it. Loose out front. Shoveled up to Dunnigan. Dunnigan coming in. Martin's got to get off. He doesn't have a stick. O'Hara comes in to cover. Looks like said the goalie covered it. Second there looked like a goal. O'Hara, Posner, Shiberta, Davis, and Jennings come in. Refs clearing the broken stick. Knights win the faceoff. Davis in the pursuit. Shiberta is able to get a hold of it. Davis tries sending it back behind him. Couldn't get it there. Jennings brings it up. Brings it across to Davis. Comes back up to the blue line. Posner chips it up deep. Picked off, though, by the Knights. Posner couldn't hold on to it. Shovels it back up to Davis at his feet. Davis brings it in. Davis gets a shot. Glove. Fresh defense coming in. Miller and Martin with a new stick after breaking his on the other end. Same lineup on forward. Davis wins it. Actually picked off, sorry. On the winger side. Jennings comes away with it. Shovels it up. Shot. Shiberta, short side. Hits the glass. Comes up and over. Davis comes across. Try to cover it. Martin has it. Sends it across. No one there. Looking for a winger. Shiberta feeds it up to Jennings. Jennings shovels it up and hits a Knight in the face. Davis kicks it up to himself. Sends it across. Picked off. Comes back to Martin. Martin's going to wind up. Shot. And covered. Again, boys need to get some tips in. They need to get some bodies in. 7:16 remaining in the second period. Just about at the halfway point of the game. Shots on net, 14-8 in favor of the Gales. They're definitely turned things around. Just trying to get the look. Crochet, Stepancic, and Swanson. Sent across, back up to Miller. Miller and Martin in right now. Miller ships it up and over. Puck sent back behind the goal line. Miller gets a body in there. Swanson gets it back in, but it comes back out of the zone. Gale's preventing shots from getting off. When the Knights player gets in there, shot. James sends it wide. Puck sent back deep. Miller working to get there. Tried stuffing on the short side, couldn't get it across. James sends it up and over. Stepancic bodying someone who's at least 20 pounds bigger than him. Stepancic doesn't care. He is out for blood. And all right. Gale's going on the power play. Knights player's upset about it. He had the puck, but you also can't hit a player in the head. Tritton, Johnson, and Dunnigan in for the power play, as well as Martin and Miller. Sends it back out to Miller. Miller couldn't hold on to it. Sends it out to Martin. Martin chips it up and over. And they had a cherry picker to go in the other direction. They're going to hold on to it as long as they can. Short-handed goal for the Knights. Fresh legs coming out. Shiberta, Davis, and Jennings. Martin and Miller. Gales win the faceoff. Shiberta brings it in, gets a shot, sends it across, loose. Faceoff going to be in the Gales' offensive zone. 5:40 remaining in the second period. Gale is down 2-0. Jennings presses him off the puck. Davis comes in for support. Davis has it. Flicks it out to Jennings. Jennings chips it out to the wall. Miller, though, pressed. Don't want to go that side. Sends it back around. Comes back out to the blue line. Martin shot. Loose in front. Loose in front still. Miller sends it out to Martin. Martin sends it back up to Miller. Schberta. Schberta's got Jennings. He's going to take it in instead. Brings it back around. Flicks it up. Defense changing. Evan Davis coming in for Martin. Puck cleared. 5 seconds remaining. Miller sends it out to Jennings. Sends it out to Davis. Nope. To Evan Davis. Evan Davis brings it in. Shot. Loose out front. Colin Davis is going to come back. And no connection there. It's going to be an icing. .4:19 remaining in the second period. Crochet into the faceoff. Got Sapancic. Shoveled across the crease. No one there. That's across. Icing. Puck's going to come back the other direction. All right. Gales come away with that shot. Swanson. O'Hara. Evan Davis. Back to the blue line. Knights come away with it. Send it back to the other defensive side. They bring it out the other direction. They shuffle pass it up, but stopped in the neutral zone and eventually sent back deep in the Gales' defensive zone. Evan Davis is going to get there first. Chips it up to Sapancic. Couldn't get there, though. Loose in front. And cleared by James. Shot off Crochet's legs. Swanson in pursuit. O'Hara pushes him off the puck. Martin gets there. Sends it out. Picked off at the blue line. Swanson sends it to Sapancic. He's got Tritton. Couldn't get a shot off. Puck sent wide. James sends the shot wide. Johnson brings it across. Sends it across. Gets picked off. Puck back the other direction. Martin gets a stick on it. Dunnigan comes back. Trying to shuffle it up. It's offsides. Boys need to tag up. 2:23 remaining. Tritton almost comes away with a turnover. Puck comes back across. Johnson sends it deep. Tritton in action. Pressing along the board. Martin gets a shot. Hits the player in the shins. And deflection off the boards. Odd bounce. Jennings with the stick lift. Comes back out to Dunnigan. Dunnigan trying to shovel it up to Jennings. Puck comes back the other direction. And they send it deep. Go for a change. Dunnigan with a long shift. Needs to peel off here. Martin battling along the board with Posner. Posner with a hard hit. Puck sent across into the crease. Stopped by the defense. Puck sent across the crease. Gales need to clear here or cover, and James obliges. .111 remaining in the second period. Davis wins it, sends it back behind the goal line. O'Hara sends it around the boards to Schuberta. Schuberta unable to get there in time, but Miller is going to walk it up, try sending it across. Couldn't connect Jennings. Pucks back around. Davis chips it up to Jennings. Jennings trying to feed it up. Gets a stick on it. Schuberta battling, getting a stick in there, trying to hook check him off. And that's an icing. Puck's going to come back into the Gales' offensive zone. 48 seconds remaining. Gales win the face-off. Knights get Sador, sends it over to the blue line. Clear shot over the net. Schuberta. Davis lands it to make it 2-1. We're not done yet. Rebound. Boys just had to get there. 36.9 seconds. And the boys bring it to within one. Boys have learned. Crash the net. As they say, they don't count how, they count how many. First one for the Gales this game. Miller sends it around, picked up on its way to the blue line. Jennings unable to pick it off. Schuberta comes away with it. Gales have momentum. Picked off in the neutral zone. Still in play, though. And that's going to be a penalty. For a bit there, the goalie peeled off thinking there was a penalty with the arm up, but that was just the ref saying we were offsides and had to tag up. It's a golden opportunity there. Looks like Schuberta's going to head to the net for a tripping call. The Gales are going on the penalty kill. Great group effort on that last sequence. Johnson comes in, unable to win the faceoff, comes back out to the blue line. Johnson presses, sends it wide. And all right. Looks like we're going to have a minute 24 of penalty kill going into the third period. As the Gales try to get a tying shot. Much different game. Game one for the sequence as the boys have to shake off some of the rust from the long winter break. Don't believe they've called the goal yet. All right. Talking to some of the other parents, I believe it was a shot short side by Shiberta. And on the rebound, Davis landing the goal. That is the same player who hit Baldy in the first sequence. Number 59 for the Knights. Been pretty dirty. It's going to be a 10 and a 2. 59 is going to miss pretty much the rest of the game. And the world is better. Davis in for the faceoff. He's got Jennings to the right. Davis is going to get there first. Pins him again along the boards. Davis comes away with it. Can't get it to the point. So the wall was covered. Jennings with the turnover. Puck comes back. Davis in pursuit. Davis comes away with a turnover. Break out the other direction. Puck comes up to Davis. Davis is going to bring him to the neutral zone. Chips it through the legs. Couldn't get there. Bouncing puck. Miller couldn't hold on to it. Put him the other way. One on one the Posner. Posner sends back to Miller. Miller through the neutral zone. Lobs it up. Gales go for a change. Need to quickly do this. Tritton in. Jennings still in. Miller and Evan Davis in. Tritton. All right, we have 5-on-4. Shiberta comes out. Trying to send it out to Shiberta. Just out of reach. Jennings needs to get off the ice. It's a very long shift. And boys need to recognize the stretch pass. Miller brings it in, dingles around, sends it deep into the Gills offensive zone, through the crease, back, Evan Davis, shot. Glove down by the goalie, dingled around at the goal line, chipped up and out. The player serving for 59, back on the bench. 59 will be sitting for about another 8.5 minutes. Stretch pass out to Dunnigan, picked off, and offsides. Fresh legs coming on the ice on both sides. 11:49 remaining in the third period. Shots on net 18-12 in favor of the Gales. Down though 1-2. Swanson, Zepancic, Couchet, Posner, and O'Hara. Gales come away with it. Poked back out. Couchet gets a stick in there. Swanson sends it out to Zepancic. Zepancic trying to get it through the legs. Gets picked off though. The 3-on-2 the other direction. James covers. Puck cleared. Sorry, folks. I'm in the way of the camera. Shot wide of the net. Puck's going to come back out. Zepancic needs to get there. Bouncing puck covered by James. As usual. Fresh set of forwards. Side Zepancic actually heading to the box. Didn't even see the penalty. Davis and Shiberta in on the penalty kill. And Martin sends it home. Shiberta, man, deep man. Flush him out. Puck the other direction. It's a 3-on-2. Martin gets a shoulder in there. Got loose out front. Martin sends it wide. All right. It's like a major penalty by the Knights for cross-checking Gale's player in the neck while he's down. Martin sends it back out to Miller. Miller chips it up and out to Dunnigan. Dunnigan not able to get there. Tritton battling 4-on-4 for a time here. Fresh legs coming out. Jennings, Davis, Evan Davis, and I believe Martin. Jennings comes away with it. 10 seconds left on the penalty. Jennings sends it deep. Davis gets to work around the corner. Jennings kicks it back in. Still in play. Cleared. Gilberto comes in. 3:51. 3:51 remaining in the power play for the Gales on a major by the Knights. Not sure if my camerawoman caught that, but blatant cross-checking to a Gale player on the ice, as only the AHU Knights will do. Buck got to play. Davis in for the faceoff. Shot wide of the net. Jennings sends it back to defense. Defense sends it back up to Jennings. Jennings feeds it out to Davis. Davis brings it. Lost it, though. Jennings gets it. Gilberto has it. Dingles around to himself. Shot loose out front. Glove by Martin. Martin able to keep possession of it. Brings it back to the neutral zone. He's got speed. Hits a player. Goes up and wide. High sticking. And Gales are going to head to the box. 3:07 remaining. So they're going to have some more 4-on-4. Tritton, Johnson, Posner, and Miller. Wilson brings it back, sends it across to Miller. Miller feeds it up to Johnson, but bad bounce. Johnson brings it through. Able to bring it all the way to the goal line. Tries going short side. Loose out front. Puck comes back the other way. Tritton gets his body on it. Puck comes back around. Miller. Miller sends it deep. And that's going to be an icing. No ice. Stretch pass out to Tritton. Tritton shoves it up to Johnson, just out of reach. Miller shoves it up through the neutral zone. Tritton trying to get a pick. Spancic comes in. Almost comes away with it at the blue line. Spancic with the stick lift. Puck is wide. Shot. James sends it in the corner. Spancic couldn't hit Tritton. And they're going to send it deep. James is going to cover. Gives it up to Miller. Miller trying to send it out to Couchet, but picked off. O'Hara couldn't grab it. Shot up and over. Miller got a stick on that one. Picked off by Swanson. And no icing. Back out to O'Hara. O'Hara's got Spancic and Swanson. O'Hara dingles around, sends it deep. Couchet there. Couchet has it. Jumps it back to Swanson. Swanson sends it around, trying to hit Spancic. Spancic couldn't keep it in. And O'Hara goes the other direction. They flipped it into the corner. Evan Davis also in on defense. Back out to O'Hara. Sends it to Evan Davis. Trying to shuffle it across. Goes to Spancic, though. Colin Davis in for Couchet. And they send it. Gilberto comes away with it. Brings it around. Brings it across. Trying to get a shot off. Shot loose out front. Another shot. Loose. And cleared by the goalie. Evan Davis. Sorry, Jennings sends it up to Colin Davis. We are back to 5-on-5. Sends it back to Shiberta. Shiberta shot short side. Jennings tries heading in the air. Couldn't connect. Puck comes back out to Martin. Martin sends it up in the air. Bouncing puck. Bounce up in the other direction. Miller gets a leg on it but couldn't hold it. And we have a forecheck the other direction. Miller shoves him off the puck. Davis with a hard hit along the boards. Puck sent back around. It's like out to the blue line. Jennings gets in there. Jennings with a deflection. Sends it through. Looks like we have another penalty on the Gales. It's like Shiberta will head to the box. Face off in the Gales defensive zone. 5:12 remaining in the third period. Gales down 2-1. Out shooting, though, 20-15. Just not getting the looks. Tritton, Johnson. Gales go to clear. Goes to Johnson. Johnson shuffles down a little bit further. Boys could use a shorthanded goal here. Rolls back all the way to the goalie. Tritton forces him back behind his net. Sent to the inside. Knights send it around the boards. Miller sends it across. They're trying to bring it back behind the goal, but stick deflected it towards the net, and James covers. Zupancic coming in with Crochet. Gales win it. Send it along the glass. Bouncing around. Zupancic couldn't get it out. Martin sends it back to Zupancic. Make sure not to press too hard. Send it back to the wall. Loose along the blue line. Puck back around the boards. Martin's going to get there. Gets pressed as he tries to send it off. Miller holds on to it. 33 seconds remaining. Knights walk away with it. Send it back to the blue line. Send it back to the side. Couldn't connect, and Martin will clear. A little help from Crochet. Zupancic putting pressure. Send it wide. James sends it extra wide just to be safe. Puck the other direction. No icing. Hope that goalie puts it in his own net, but he eventually does cover. 2 seconds left in the penalty. Jennings, Davis, Evan Davis, Colin Davis, Evan Davis, and Brosnan. And 2 seconds left in the 5-on-4. Davis comes away with a shot, couldn't get enough of it. Puck comes back around, cleared. No icing. Actually, that will be an icing. Thought the puck had been shot before the end of the penalty, but I will take it. All right, 5-on-5 play. 3:35 remaining in the third period. Puck sent back out. Couldn't keep it in the zone, though. Puck over to Evan Davis. Evan Davis tumbled. Poke check by Posner. Covered by James Schmier. Puck loose at feet. Sent up. Couldn't clear. Martin and Miller in. Martin sends it over to Miller. Miller couldn't get a shot off or a pass off in time. Tritton now. Tritton with Dunnigan and Swanson. Puck coming out towards the blue line. Tritton lifting the stick. Miller sends it across. Still in play, though. Covered by James Schmier. .252 remaining in the third period. Different lineup here. Looks like Gibberta, Crochet, and Zupancic. Martin and Miller send it around strong side. Zupancic has it. Gonna walk it up. Sends it to Gibberta. Gibberta dangles. Puck sends across the board. Sent across. Couldn't get there. Martin didn't get there, but puck comes back out in the neutral zone. Miller there is the sole guy. Couldn't get a shot off. Miller ties him up. Miller flicks it up and out at the feet of Zupancic. Couldn't see it. Puck up in the air. Foot race. Puck comes back the other direction. Miller sends it to Martin. Martin chips it up. Picked off. Couldn't get a shot off. Gibberta dingles. No icing. Knights pick it up. Waiting to see if they're going to have James come out of net for the 1 point. Jennings comes in. Puck sent back out, and the Knights are on the full check. Knights going in for a change. And Davis pushes him off the puck. Davis with a hard hit. O'Hara sends it across to Jennings. Jennings sends it deep. Davis getting to work. Cash Johnson. Evan Davis comes in, holds it, shot, gloved. It's your trap in front of that. James out of net. The Gales are going to finish out the last minute 10 with an empty net. So to get a tie. All right, we've got 6 players now. We've got Martin, Miller, Johnson, Tritton, Jennings, and Colin Davis. Colin Davis in for the faceoffs, wins it. Tritton gets a shot off, goes wide of the net. Davis in pursuit. Davis looking for a penalty, but isn't going to get it. Puck shot's going to go wide. That's going to be an icing. 56 seconds remaining. Davis in for the faceoff. Knights send it wide. Jennings has it. Gets tripped up. No call. Send it back over to Miller. Miller winds up. Shot up in the air. Jennings is going to get there. 40 seconds remaining. Jennings winds up. Sends it to Davis. Davis has a guy on him, though. Davis ends up keeping it to Tritton. Tritton shovels it deep. Cash Johnson's there. Davis going into the center. 28 seconds remaining. And puck cleared. Icing. And do this again. 24.9 seconds remaining. Dunnigan coming in to replace. Let's see here. To replace Tritton. Davis into the faceoff. Davis wins it, sends it back to Martin. Martin shot, hits a player, lobs off to the side. Miller gets there, and puck is cleared, and not enough to be an icing. Martin brings it around, sends it out to Jennings. Jennings flicks it into the zone. 9 seconds covered. We're going to have another faceoff or two right outside the net. Same lineup as before. Puck comes back out to Martin. Martin shot. Loose out front. Dunnigan try to get there. And that's it. And that'll end it for the weekend for the Gales. We have two games next weekend out in Anaheim as the Gales continue through the Anaheim Duck High School Hockey League plays. I believe they moved from 4th to 5th as some of the teams local to Anaheim played some games. Then the weekend after that, we're back here in Vegas for the MLK tournament for LVIC. All right, folks. Have a good one. See you next time.